Give it a rev a little quick. Shit, that is loud. All right, so what's been pretty interesting right now is that we're here with Rob again. And Rob, you guys developed the equal length, because I know on the Beamer Invasion YouTube channel, you guys mentioned that you guys did measure the length from the turbo to the exhaust, right? And it wasn't equal length at all.
Correct.
And it was off by some distance, right? And I know on the active Autowerke setup on my F80, we actually had the AWE Switchpath, and today we're gonna compare and pair two companies together again by the equal length, right?
Correct. Correct.
I know it doesn't fit correctly. What was the reason why it doesn't fit?
Well, on the we first developed the equal length on the G80, and we had a manual shift car, and we figured, hey, perfect. We didn't realize that there would have been a big difference, because on the F80 there's no real difference. So we designed this equal length on there. Everything seemed good. Didn't quite get to test it, and then we had a comp car all-wheel drive come in automatic, and then realized with the gearbox and the transfer case was like huge. So our first attempt at the equal length will not work, will not fit. So we had to go back to the drawing board and redesign a whole new application for the automatic, which is probably going to be the majority of cars anyway, so that at least we will have an equal length, because, you know, unfortunately, guys, the BMW G80, which should have been equal length, is not equal length, and it's quite off by quite a bit. So.
And the curious part is that S58 platform sounds good already.
Yep.
I can only imagine what this is going to amplify the sound along with whatever I have going on now, because we're going to have the Jesse Cats, the 400 cell Jesse Cats, along with the AWE Switchpath. So again, this is going to be interesting. I'm sure you guys are going to want to hear how it sounds. And do me a favor, definitely hit the like button, and also check out the Beamer Invasion YouTube channel. There's a lot more information there. Rob, anything else you want to talk about this?
No, I think we just want to find out. These are prototypes. You'll be the first guy to really have them out there.
When are they available for people to buy? When do you expect
it shouldn't be, hopefully a couple months.
Okay.
You know, unless we iron out everything of exactly which way we're going to go. You know, because right now the other one will work on the manual and the automatic, but this one will only work on the manual.
Correct.
So we don't know if we want to have too many different options. So it all depends on how it sounds and it performs, and we can make a decision on which route we want to go.
And you could, when that's available, we'll let you guys know. You can pick that up on the Beamer Invasion's website, and you can pick that up from there. Other than that, Rob, it's been a lot of fun again, and we'll capture all the footage for you guys.
All right, so we're getting ready to install the equal length mid-pipe on Ken's car, and as Rob was explaining, this one could actually be a universal solution, right?
Correct. Correct. You can actually use this on the manual cars as well. If you notice right here, there's this space right here on the manual car versus the automatic. The transmission comes all the way out to here.
Okay.
So that piece on the other equal length that has that big loop right here is where the issue is. So this will work, as we're going to see, on a manual car as well as the automatic. So this is where we make up the equal length in this section, which is actually the on the passenger side, and the rest of it is our regular X pipe that we use on the G body.
Yeah, yeah, interesting. So you still have your X pipe in there. It's a little bit more facing forward than on the other one.
Correct.
Right.
Okay. Yep.
And for this configuration with the AWE exhaust, at the end of this, we're going to build something that you guys are eventually going to offer, right?
Yeah, we're going to do an adapter pipe like we did on the F80 to connect to this, and we'll see how it sounds, most of all.
All right, so stay tuned for the sound clips.
Yeah.
Alright guys, moment of truth. So it looks like they're going to have to make an adapter that's going to connect their equal length midpipe along with the switch pad. And that was something that was done on my G80 M3. So this is going to be very interesting. I know it's going to be a long day. It's about 2 hours for me to get home. So this is going to be worth it. I know it's going to be worth it. Also too, this is going to be more for a lot of you guys that own, or a lot of you girls and guys that own the G8X platform. You're going to have this option where you can put this onto your car. So I'm doing all the legwork by being here, letting them work on the car, filming for you guys, and they're doing a great job. Again, they create masterpieces here along with AWE. All right, so this is exactly the gap in between the AWE and also the active Autowerke. You can see the gap right over here. It's about maybe 4 to 5 inches. That's a gap. And they're going to be developing a connector pipe from here to here to pair these two companies together. All right, guys, change of plans. We're not going to be adding the AWE Switchpath because it's going to take a little bit longer to do the connecting pipe. As you saw on my F80 video, when we did the connecting pipe, it took almost all day. So to develop that and also to be able to get it on properly, it's going to take some time. So in this video, we're basically going to be having a active Autowerke catted down pipe along with their equal length mid pipe with their rear section. So stay tuned for that. As you can see, this is their equal length pipe. Pretty unique, and it connects down over here, the equal length, and it pairs up. So you can definitely see that. Again, when things happen, you gotta make adjustments, and this is the adjustment we're gonna do. We're gonna put it back to stock on the rear section, and then when I come back next week, we'll be able to develop that and get that done. All right, again, we're not gonna be able to install the AWE Switchpath, but I think it's gonna sound good with this setup. It's gonna be very interesting. I'll be back here next week to kind of get that fully installed for you guys to hear. So Miguel, I know it's raining here, but we're gonna hang out here because it's kind of loud, but what do you think about the equal length? You think it's gonna sound good? What do you think?
Well, unfortunately, we weren't able to do the equal length and the AWE because I know the AWE has a really nice deep tone. So it would be good to figure out how they would pair up to each other. But for those of you that are still on the fence of getting a rear section and you want to maintain your OEM rear section, we're going to show you what it sounds like to pair the catted active Autowerke downpipe with the new equal length. And Ken is the first one to have it, so let's see.
And just to give you guys an idea too, because this is more of a mix and match. You could basically mix and match this with a lot of different rear sections. Obviously AWE you can't because they do their whole system as a one-piece system. So there's unique cuts where it doesn't work, which is why they're going to be developing that connector pipe.
Yeah, which is kind of, I mean, I like AWE, but it's kind of, it's, on the F80 platform, you can get so many different exhausts and pair it with, you know, mix and match like Ken said, right? So you can have an active Autowerke equal length mid-pipe and pair that to a Remus exhaust or pair that to so many different brands. But on AWE, it's kind of like, it's difficult, right? Because their size of the pipe is 3 inches versus on the G80 side, it's 2 3/4. So in order for them two to pair, it's a lot of customization. We're not going to be able to get it done today, but we'll be back on Wednesday.
cars. I mean, it's the first time, probably the second time, just this one.
Damn, that sounds so good. That's the stock rear end. So what do you think about how it sounds now? This is the first time you heard the equal length on here, right?
Freaking beast.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's with a catted downpipe. Give it a rev a little quick. Shit, that is loud. That is loud.
It's not riding that much, like I've opened the window.
Yeah, so we're gonna do a windows open a little bit. We're not going crazy because the floor is still wet and this is rear wheel drive.
Oh boy, slip tires right there, bro.
Yeah, give it a little rip down here. You know, first, second gear here.
Here?
Right here.
Bro, this guy's fucking crazy, man.
Let me tell you, I was gonna be, I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard it, I was like, when they first installed it, I was like, I kind of want the AWE on there, but I can only imagine what the AWE is gonna be sounding like with it on. Wow, that sounds incredible. Sounds incredible. Yeah, I just wish it wasn't raining.
No, the car is scary fast. Yeah.
It's scary fast, right?
Scary fast.
The team here at Active Autowerke, you guys knocked it out of the park with that. I'm being dead honest. And what I like about it is that it just screams and it feels like, holy smokes, inside is loud. It's extremely loud inside. I'm just curious how it's gonna sound.
It's good that we have, you have the option of, shutting the valve and the car is just like, almost like stock.
Yeah.
So you can, drive it every day and not be obnoxious.
Yeah.
But when you get aggressive, that's good that you can.
Correct. I'll be back next week, and that's when we kind of tweak things up a little bit. And you guys already know exactly what's gonna go on. But the team here at Active, that is insane, and they really need that equal length for you guys. So when are pre-orders? When are pre-orders?
We're not sure yet. We're trying to get the bugs out of it, and hopefully soon.
So this is the prototype.
Prototype. Can't have prototype of everything.
I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So I want to thank the team here at Active.
Well, I haven't had a chance to hear it inside the car, but maybe we'll go for do some pulls and see what it sounds like.
Yeah, you want to do polls? Do I go now?
Yeah, we can go. All right, so we're about to get my reaction on it. The road is...
It sounds aggressive.
If I were to do that in my F80, we'd be going sideways. So traction-wise on the wet road...
I have MDM on and
Okay.
and put all traction off. How's that sound?
I'm wondering, maybe, yeah, just put the windows down. Turbos are loud.
Loud.
Yeah,
Very
turbos
loud.
are loud.
What does it remind you of?
You know, I can't say it reminds me of the F80
It can't.
because it doesn't. It doesn't sound like the F80, right? I'm trying to figure out what it compares to.
That's loud. Here's another hole.
But you know, it's almost like it's tamed at the same time, right? So you can drive it with the valves open and not bother your neighbors.
Yeah, so this is M1.
Okay.
So valves are somewhat closed, stock. And this is valves open.
Okay.
We're gonna do a quick pull here.
Yeah.
Just open all the windows.
like aren't all the time.
No, it has to go in the higher RPMs.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a U-turn and head back. For all you people that want to go catless, catted, it's loud. It's loud. If I took traction control off fully and not MDM mode, I would have went into a tree. Tell the people what you think.
I mean, my F80 sounds louder.
Louder? But this is so it's catted. You had catless.
Correct. I had catless. How would I say? I think it's a great in-between solution, right? If you don't want to go obnoxiously loud, but you want to you have a sports car, right? So you want to hear it. I think this is the great in-between.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
great
agree.
in-between. So
remember, the key thing for me is I don't want it smelling and I don't want check engine light. This gives you the benefit of having those two things with a little bit more vocals, and to me right now it's a lot more vocals and it's opened it up a lot more. And the equal length, to be honest, and I didn't think it was gonna make a big difference, but it definitely does. It changes the tone to the S58 motor. So
once again, for you guys, I'm not a fan of the G80, so my honest opinion is, does it sound better? Yes. Do you need it? Absolutely. Because the G80 stock exhaust is just
quiet.
It's like driving a Prius. It's just, you don't hear it.
It's
so
not
yeah,
impressive,
this you definitely hear. So this, I'm a lot more impressed with this. If I were to ever own a G80, which I'm not, this would definitely be one of my first mods.
I will say though, next week Wednesday when I come back, I'm really curious of how these other two brands are going to pair up and how it's going to sound, because right now there is a higher pitch to it, but AWE is known for their deeper tones. So when we pair these two companies together,
that's what I'm most interested in hearing, because I know the AWE has a very deep tone, and I think it'll serve this car well.
And what you guys need to do is, in order for you guys to want the AWE and Active Autowerke thing to kind of be fruition, you have to basically comment on their video, let them know that you want that setup, because as of right now, this may be one of one. This may be the only setup out there for the AWE.
Which in your case, you may be good.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. But I want to be able to share the experience with you guys, because end of the day, I'm not holding it for myself, and I want you guys to experience it too. If I love it, then you're definitely gonna love it too.
Yeah, we're definitely here to share what we've learned, to show you guys. We've never hit our wheel specs or anything to that effect. So yeah, we want you guys to kind of grow with us, and this is a good solution. Hopefully there's enough of you guys that are interested and like what it sounds like once we finally mount it in Wednesday. We're coming back.
Wednesday.
So we'll give you guys a first look at it.
All right, so we're wrapping things up. I'm super excited. So obviously we couldn't install the AWE Switchpath because from what I understand on the F8X, to make a connector pipe that's sometimes so small or sometimes so big, it takes a lot of man hours. So by that time when we realized it, by 3 p.m., it wasn't enough time to do that. But what's good about it is that I get to create more content for you guys. So the content that we're creating right now is gonna be the Active Autowerke catted downpipe, which sounds amazing, paired up with their equal length midpipe with the stock rear end. And that's something that if you guys don't want to go too crazy, that might be for you. The people on Saturday for the next G8X meet, you're going to be able to hear that in person and also spend more money because you're going to want it after that. But I want to thank Rob and the team here at Active Autowerke for always treating us like family. And then we'll be back next week. Next week where we're going to spice things up a little bit and pair two major exhaust companies and pair them together. And if you guys really like that setup, you got to contact Active. You got to make them want to make it, because this may be the one of one. So I may be the only one to have this set up, but hit up their Instagram, comment on their photos and posts, and tell them how you feel. But I want to thank Rob again for helping us out, making this car sound a lot better. But stay tuned for next week.